Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we are back doing another Dominaria Intermediate Swiss Draft League. And I think we're going to start her off with the Gideon's Reproach. Excellent removal in this format. The best it's ever been, as a matter of fact. For some reason I thought it was in a bunch of different sets, but I guess it was only in Battle for Zendikar, but it's much better in this format than it was there. And it was still, it was still pretty good there too, but really good. We do have a Daring Archaeologist, which is pretty good actually. I still think Reproach is probably better. It's not, Daring Archaeologist is not exactly a Gravedigger, is it? It's a pretty cool effect with the Historic Spell synergy, but I'm just going to take Reproach. I just know it's great removal. Ooh. Follow up with Seal Away? No, I think we probably still take Tatyova. Jesus, another Reproach in here too? And Untamed. This pack has everything. We're going to take the Tatyova though. I think Tatyova is one of those cards that's just worth splashing for. You probably want to be base green. Man, there's a lot of good removal in here. Fiery Intervention too. But we're taking Tatyova. This card is just so strong. Can't stress enough how good this card is. Just an absolute game changer. Worth trying to splash for. Here is pretty easy Siobhan Fire. And yes, we're all over the place with colors, but don't you worry. Believe you me, it'll all come together in the end, and it's going to make a beautiful deck. Siobhan Fire is awesome. We're going to take it. So now, what do we have? We have a Sphinx, which is probably the pick. Best card in this pack by quite a bit. It's also Krosan Druid, which I actually like more than maybe most. I don't know. I very down on this card in the beginning, and now very, very up on it. I think it's a great card. The gain 10 life is huge in the late game, and a 2/3 body early is nice. You know how I feel about 2/3s in this format. Love them. We're going to take the Sphinx. Mirari Conjecture. I have a couple cards for this already. There's Weight of Memory and the Snapper as well. Snapper lets you play auras and get away with it. 4/5 body is good too. It's another expensive thing. Mirari Conjecture is not bad. It's a bit clunky. It is a rare though. Could be pretty cool. I think we're going to take the rare here. There's also Weight of Memory, which I have not played. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but I'm going to take the Conjecture because it's rare and it could be really cool. So now we can take Call the Cavalry in white. There's Arcane Flight. Memorial to Unity. It's okay. Maybe help us find Tatyova. Sort by color for now, till we get this all squared away. Call the Cavalry is the best card. If we end up white, I'm going to be happy that I have it. But I could give a try to Memorial to Unity, because I do like these utility lands. Most of them. I shouldn't say all of them. We might end up splashing green, though. I'm still going to take it. I want to see how that one plays in particular. So we have Arcanist, but I think it's a pretty easy candle. It's colorless, so regardless of the deck we end up with, we can play it. Kills things. I like it. Another candle or an Opt or a Gift of Growth. Acolyte's probably the best card, but I'll take the candle. Going deep on those candles. All right, Broken Bond is actually just good sideboard card to have. Technically, you can main deck it. So we could take the Scout. I don't really like the card, but I guess it has some Tatyova synergy. Play a land, draw a card, maybe get another land out, draw another card. Otherwise, we take Unwind, which I'd much rather play like a Syncopate or a Wizard's Retort. I guess we'll take the Scout in case we need it. Can put it under the green pile. It's a late deep freeze, which is actually really nice because this is. I think deep freeze is actually pretty good in this format because you can just dirtle. You can just dirtle and win. We'll take the Pierce the Sky, good sideboard card as well. Already getting some good sideboard tools. Take the blue card. Guess somebody can have a Healing Grace. Take a Swamp, I guess. All right. So, an okay start. Tempest Gen. Well, maybe we just play the same deck we just played. Yeah, Tempest Gen is great. I'm happy to take it. Good blocker, even if, I mean, at minimum it's going to end up being a 3/4, so 3/4 flyer for 3 seems good to me. There's another Siobhan Fire in here. Vicious Offering. And another Gideon's Reproach, but we're just going to take the Tempest Gen. Be happy with that. Memorial to Genius is great. There's also a Siobhan Fire, which is fine on the splash. I think I'm just going to take the Memorial to Genius, though. This card is great. It's probably the best of the lands. Well, actually, the Memorial to Folly is pretty awesome, too. The black one. There's also a Mammoth Spider in here. I'm going to take the Memorial, though. I don't think we're going to have a... I tend to not ever really have problems getting 23 cards for a deck. Tatsuko is great. There's also Elfhame Druid, though. I'd probably still take Tatsuko, but Ramp is obviously really good. But I think Tatsuko is just better. Just lets you get in there. Just get in there. That's what I say. Yeah, you just can peck away at them. There's a lot of creatures that work well with it. Sylvan Awakening is actually pretty cool. I think I want to take it just because it's a way for us to just win. Sap Herd would be good too. It has good synergy with Tetsuko, but I think we got to take Sylvan Awakening. Tatyova this just is something we can play on the last turn and just win. If you've survived long enough, Sylvan Awakening is just going to win you the game. I like it. Shanna on the splash, or we could take the Migration. I don't know if we're going to end up with a ton of creatures. There's also a Snapper in here. I really like Migration a lot, though. This is a great card to have. Works well with Tetsuko, but good early, good late. The kicker spells are just fantastic. I'm going to take the Migration. I like having the... Yeah, I like having the utility of that. Currently not looking like we're splashing either removal spell. Probably not necessary. So there's an Artificer's Assistant, which has synergy currently with Tatyova and a couple candles. Not bad, but we may just want another Pierce the Sky. Being able to deal with flyers is just so nice at a cheap cost. I feel like I see flyers quite a bit. Hard removal for it. I'm just going to take the Pierce the Sky. Still am not really concerned about not having enough playables. Merfolk Trickster is pretty good. Maybe we need to sort by curve at this point and take a look at what we're dealing with here. That's 3. Put this up at 6. Trickster, cheap, useful card. Partick Wanderer, Big Fat Fatty, that's colorless. Probably take the cheaper thing. So we take the wall, I guess. None of these cards matter. Arcane Flight in case we get a turtle. Probably don't need the Tome or the Explorer. Arcanist. Scholar is actually playable. So I think we're in okay shape here. What we'd like to see out of pack 3 is maybe a little bit more top end, a little bit more finishing power would help. But we're in okay shape. Arcanist is cool with Tetsuko, but actually doesn't look that great in here. Surprisingly, don't have a ton of instants or sorceries. Double Candle Deep Freeze is actually an okay removal suite, and I'm only playing Arcane Flight if I need it. For now, we may have enough evasion, unlike the last build that was similar to this. We may have enough evasion where I'm not really worried about it. I don't think we want to play the Protector. Shalai, man. I really want to splash for Shalai. There's a Snapper in here too, but when you're base green too, this is just such a big high power card. We're going to take Shalai. I can't pass this card. Too strong to pass. There's a Surveyor in here which will really help a lot. Blink of an Eye and the Snapper, but we got to take Shalai. It's just such an excellent card to splash. Maybe we can splash Reproach too then. Oh wow. Sahid. And we have Double Candle. That's great. Fungal Plots would actually be pretty good in here too. And we may wheel that or the Assistant pretty easily, I think, but we'll take Zahid. That's pretty cool. So we can take the Drake, but I think we just easily take another Sphinx. Great card. I think we're already off the Arcane Flight plan, which is fine. We probably don't need this armament, so I can take another Candle, or we can take the Deep Freeze. We don't have any ramp, I guess, just the Arcanist, or the Scout rather, I'm sorry. So Deep Freeze is pretty hard removal though. I think we're going to take it. It doesn't synergize with Zahid the way we want, but it's a 3-mana way to deal with stuff. I like it. And we kill with flyers quite a bit in this deck. We've got the Jin, Zahid, Double Sphinx, Shalai. Conjecture is looking not good enough. Like, we do have a sorcery, and we do have an instant if we do splash the Reproach. I'm still maybe okay with that, actually. I gotta figure it out. The rest is looking pretty good. So I guess technically it's like 13 creatures, if you include the migration. Relic Runner has good synergy with Tetsuko, but I'd probably still rather have the Spider. It's okay if we have a slightly higher curve, even without the ramp. You know how I feel. This is a good dirtily format. Wow. Triple Sphinx, huh? I'm way more comfortable going 18 lands if I have all these Sphinxes. There's Navigator's Compass, but come on. I think you gotta just go Sphinx. When in doubt. Can take the Snapper. Could take the Compass now. I don't really like Compass, but it does have Zahid synergy too. Do we need the Snapper? We have 15 creatures currently. I think people tend to get a little upset when I play Compass, but do I want the Snapper? It's pretty good. We're not gonna, I don't think we're gonna play the Arcane Flight, although we could. We just have so many flyers already, we don't need it. Like, we don't need to do that plan. I'm gonna take the Snapper anyway. Krosan Druid, really good. Taking it. Easily playing it over probably the Arcanist, which we don't even need. Got a Snapper anyway. Well, it's not a big deal. Take the Blink of an Eye over the second Snapper. I think that is totally fine. Alright, we're going to take the Compass. Like, we could take the Assistant, and we probably have a decent amount. Not even that much, I guess. Yeah, we don't have that much anyway. We'll take the Compass. That's fine. So we can play 17 lands. And I probably end up cutting like a Scholar, probably. I like 2/3s, but we got better things going on. This deck is pretty sweet. With Compass, we could, yeah, we're not going to play two Compasses. With Compass, we could probably get away with one Plains, because we also do have a Tempest Gen. So I'm going to have to be a little more calculating about that, huh? Got the good utility lands, though. Is there a way to fit Arcane Flight in here for Snapper? Like I said, I just don't think it's necessary. We'll try out the wall because we have a pretty good late game plan, and this just blocks the world. We'll try it out. Pretty good removal in here, too. We can get away with 17 lands. Our curve is not horrible. And Zahid will come down for 4 mana quite often, I think, with 3 1-mana artifacts. I like this deck. I like this a lot. Let's sort by color, I guess. So we do have the 2 white spells. Shalai can come down late, though. No big deal. And Gideon's Approach is still good late, too. So for that reason, we might just run 1 Plains. We're actually surprisingly light on green, too. And we don't have much ramp, so we can focus on blue still and probably be fine. Yeah, in fact, most of our green is late other than the Scout, which, to be quite honest, isn't even that good. I may not even want to do it and just lighten up on green even more. Like I can just focus more on blue and play like a Scholar instead. Because then if you look, basically at that point, all of our green is mid to late. That way we can play the Scholar, really focus on blue, maybe even run 2 Plains. 2 Plains and like 6 green, maybe 7 green. Let's see. If I do 2 Plains, something like 8, 7, 2, and we gotta put these 2 in there too. Maybe we do like this. Don't really have a ton of green. Blue's more important, especially early. This seems fine to me, actually, because we also have the, remember, the Compass will help our mana. Yeah, I actually kind of like this. Let's make sure we get those utility lands in there. Pretty important. So we'll drop the blue, we'll drop a green. So something like this, I actually like this. I feel pretty comfortable with this. We got a great sideboard too. Double Pierce the Sky, Broken Bond. We're focusing on blue. Yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. Okay, well, yeah, I'm sold on this. So here it is. Little Bant value deck. Looks like a lot of fun. All right, we'll see you around 1.